Archaeologists and biblical scholars are calling it the greatest discovery since the Dead Sea Scrolls, and here's why. This is the Megiddo Mosaic, a mosaic on the floor of a church that was originally hidden underneath a prison in Israel and discovered in 2005. In the center of the wheel, we see the two fish, the symbol of Jesus Christ, but it's also a symbol of the zodiac, as evidenced by the wheel surrounding the fish. In addition, you can see the four cardinal points, or the four animals of the vision of Ezekiel. The most important part of the mosaic is this highlighted section of the inscription right here, in which for the first time in history, Christ is directly referred to as being one with God, synonymous with God. The table you see here is in fact dedicated with that very inscription. And ultimately, the region where this church was found, Megiddo, is the root of the word Armageddon. It is a place, not just an event. Are you ready for a seat at the table?
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. They've actually found an early Christian church in the 3rd century, a 3rd century church at that. So we're looking at around 230, 250 CE of people who believed in Jesus, of people who believed in the Trinity. Oh my goodness, they found that people believed that in the 3rd century. Wow. That's all the proof you need that Jesus existed, that Jesus is the Son of God, that he fed the people with a 2-piece fish sandwich combo, that he walked on water and healed the blind and healed the woman of the issue of blood and died and rose in 3 days. That's all the proof we need, is the fact that somebody believed it. Well, hell, if that's all the proof you need, that somebody, that you found some inscriptions, and you found some inscription that had the zodiac? Yeah, I thought that you're not supposed to deal with astrology in your religion, even though it's filled and chock filled with astrology. But if that's all the belief, that's all the proof you need, then I guess the fact that they found places like Karnak and the Valley of the Kings, and they found inscriptions about Horus and Asar, Set, and Heru, because Heru and Horus same person. But they found like inscriptions about Zeus and Aphrodite, and they found inscriptions about Chetua, and they found inscriptions about Quetzalcoatl. Since they found inscriptions of all these people, and that should be proof enough to Christians that these other gods existed. I mean, because if I go to Egypt, I'll find inscriptions in buildings about all the Egyptian gods. In Sumeria, we found inscriptions about Enlil and Enki and Ishtar and Nana. So that means that those gods existed as well. And when we go to Greece, we can see temples and inscriptions to Zeus. So that means that Zeus is real. Isn't it amazing that if a Christian finds something that talks about basically that somebody believed in this fairy tale in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd century, that means is real, that's eyewitness accounts? It's not. Because if that's your level of proof that you need, then you must then say that all other inscriptions of other gods and people believing in those gods is also true. This is why Christians are intellectually dishonest, as one of my guys would say. They are, as Sean Towers would say, they are intellectually dishonest because you will accept the fact that 3rd century Christians were present in Israel. And that means your Bible is real. But you won't accept that people in the 18th dynasty believed in Amun or believed in the Agdod or Ra. You won't accept that as proof that those guys were real and that their stories are real. I mean, hell, the cosmologies are just as fantastical. That from a cosmic egg, Ra was created. That through tears, he created mankind. That Amun was an eternal God who created through thought and word. If that's real, if your Jesus is real, then so is Amun. Amun, then there is real. Amun is equivalent to your Yahweh. So that would also mean that the Canaanite version of Yahweh as just a storm deity who only received his portion, not of land, but received a portion of people, then those other gods are real too. And this is why history and Christianity doesn't work. This is why logically and critically thinking in Christianity does not work, because you're dishonest intellectually, and that intellectual dishonesty is what kills your religion. Because you know that if you thought critically through this process and said that, well, if we're going to accept this as proof, then on the same plane, theirs is proof. You can't do that, because then you would not believe in your religion. But this is why we deconstruct, because the deconstructionists realize that history and logically thinking does not agree with any religion whatsoever. So what do you guys think? Like, share, and comment. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.